Holy smokes, we are live. Now, why is my right channel so intense? So, first of all, hello. Today, we are doing something fun. And I just got scrambled here to get ready, but we are messing with the Casio SK-1 and the Casio SK-5. So these things, what's unique about them is they have sampling built into them. So we can actually feed a sample into them and it processes through 8-bit, downsamples it from a hardware restriction standpoint, and then re-outputs the sample as a downgraded sound. And so we're feeding this line out back into our DAW. So we'll use a DAW to feed it samples, in this case Ableton, and then we'll feed each of these samples from Ableton and then send that signal back into Ableton, and then we'll have the processed signal. So can use it to kind of make these sort of lo-fi sounds and just kind of have fun. And what's fun about these are both different, just to kind of quickly talk about the differences between the two. The SK-1 can only sample a single sample. The SK-5 can sample 4 samples. But with the SK-1, you have a lot more envelope control over the samples. You can also add like vibratos, portamento, and you can also use it to like synthesize your own sounds separate from the samples. The SK-5, you have a few envelopes to choose from. You can also choose to reverse your samples, which is interesting. And on both of them, you can loop the samples. This one you see, we have some drum pads. Also, the SK-5 will like have a stored memory that when you turn it off, it saves. And I didn't know if it was still going to work because these are so old, but the memory still works, which is good. Sometimes memory is battery based. If you ever played like old Game Boy games and go back to them, and like you can't save like your Pokemon saves because the battery in the cartridge died. I wasn't sure if there was a battery storing the data, but it still seems to be working. The SK-1, as soon as you turn it off, you lose the sample, and it will idle off after like 7 minutes. So if we're dilly-dallying too long and don't record anything, we'll lose the sample, but we can send it back in. So what was I scrambling with? Oh yes, so for some reason I'm noticing on my Streamlabs here that we are getting a strong right channel signal and the left channel is not as strong. And I am not sure why it's doing that. Let me see if I have like a filter on or something. That's very strange that the right channel is so strong and the left is not. Because in the DAW, 'tis even. Check my levels here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. These levels seem to be the same. Just something not plugged in all the way. So I redid my setup and I rewired everything, and this is the first stream in the new setup. So there's a chance something is odd. I could balance it out by just changing the gain. Maybe one of my cables is going bad or something. Let me change the gain, and now they're appearing more even. Okay, well I turned the gain all the way down. Oh, this is coming out of, wait a minute, what the heck is going on? I don't understand at all what is going on. What the I'm sorry about this. I hope this audio is not annoying. I might have to troubleshoot this post. This isn't something I realized was a problem until just now. I was recording through Streamlabs earlier and this wasn't happening. Is there a panning in my DAW? Nope, no panning. Weird. Well, auto pan off, turn that off. Is that different? Nope, still right channel heavy. Very strange. Well, I hope the audio quality of this is okay. I'm gonna have an actual video about this as well, so hopefully that supersedes this. But anyway, let me just test this. Yeah, it's clear, crisp, but even there. Interesting. Well, let me do this. Let me mute that and turn that on there. Let me turn this heater off. Boy, I am just all kinds of unprepared. And I didn't do my Insta post saying I'm live, but you know what, this is kind of a shit show anyway, so first stream back, so things are gonna be interesting. I even seeing on my OBS, there is a little bit of a right channel flare there on my Steinberg, so something's going on with my hardware. Is there a high Z button pressed? Ah, that was the problem. Okay, I fixed it. There we go. Now it's even. I had the high impedance button triggered on my interface. I knew it had to be something hardware related. Okay, we're good now. Apologies for that. Sometimes, you know, professional broadcasting, you know. Just okay, so let's dilly-dally. So the first thing we're going to want to do is figure out what samples we are going to want to feed it. I have no plan going into this, which I usually never do, about what we are going to make. I just assumed it's going to be something lo-fi based, but these things tend to change, obviously, as we're doing it live. So let's go ahead and pull up. I'd like to get some drums. In here. And I already had some drums I sampled earlier. I don't know what they were from. But let's go ahead and find, let's take like, let's do some like 808s. Start real simple. So, got my little patch cord here. So this is going to feed into my sampler here. So these things, they have a 1/4 inch TRS input for the mic. And they also have just a 3.5 millimeter, just standard, not standard, but like headphone size microphone. So you can plug in either one. This one's on the side. Okay, what is going on? Just gotta push it, force it. Ooh, my wire routing now is effed. Oh man, I had everything placed. Oh geez, what a disaster. This is just, I am a disaster. Okay, so we got this plugged in, so now we can add samples to it. So let's go ahead and find our kick drum here. Let's sample this in. Turn this up over here. Phones, crank that. We want our sample to be loud unless we're going to peak our sample. There's no way, obviously, to monitor if you're peaking your sample. As you go into it, you just got to load it in and see what happens. So we're going to load our kick into sample 3. Let's go ahead and do that. What the heck? Did that do anything? Oh, it picked something else up. Here we go. So you'll hear, this will actually generate, you'll hear like a snare sound, like hi-hat sounds and stuff. That's when it's processing it. But now we have our kick. Everything gets sent into it and gets mapped to A. But you can hear here. Let me turn this up a scoosh. That now, this was our original sample, is now. So it's basically turned into sort of a lo-fi kind of kick. So we can load up some other ones. So here we'll put a snare. Sounds like I actually had already loaded one up, but we'll resample anyway. So we'll go to sample 4, put a snare there, hit our sample button. Oops, I need to turn my mic off when I do it. It's a little finicky sometimes. And that's what our snares turn into. See, kind of get this kind of little lo-fi sound. It's kind of fun to use this to resample. Now let's put a hi-hat in here. Go ahead and sample. Actually, it's like a bass sound in there. Let's put a hi-hat in number 2. So now we got our hi-hat. Fun. And then in here, number 1, you know, let's actually see what it sounds like if we reverse the snare. So we're going to go, oops, I accidentally hit sampling. What did I just sample over? Very easy to overwrite your samples. So get my hi-hat back. I accidentally overwrote my hi-hat. Okay, and then we'll go to sample 1, and sample 1, let's actually experiment. So before we reverse our snare and sample before, let's just add our snare to 1 here, and then we'll just reverse the snare and see what that sounds like before we mess up our sample. So sample 1, sampling. Okay, so now we have the snare in there again. So we're going to take sample 1, and then we can, there's an effects sampling here button. Sorry if you can't see it super well. Like I said, I'll have a video for each one of these, breaking these down more. We're just having fun here today. So we're going to effect select for that sample. We've selected sample 1, effect select, and we're going to hit reverse. And then these hi-hats are at processing, and then the snare is it's done processing. So now our snare is reversed. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of long. It's going to be hard to time that. And we can also set envelopes on them. So let's say on our kick we want to add like an envelope. Let's go to effect select and choose an envelope here on our kick. Make sure sample 3 selected. So we got a variety of envelopes. Let's just see what one sounds like. So if we wanted to now, what we could do is we could take each of these samples and record each one of these down converted ones into its own sound, and then add those to a drum rack, and then use Ableton to control the drum rack so that we have MIDI control. Because here, if I record this, we're not going to have any MIDI control. We can just warp the sample to quantize or redo the beat and re-record it and stuff. But we won't actually be able to use the sounds again. So let's just put sounds in here. Let's figure out what we want our tempo to be. Let's see, what do we... Let's go ahead and put another sample in here instead of this reverse snare. Let's go ahead and sample like an open hi-hat maybe, or maybe a maybe a shaker will be cool. Let's mess with the shaker. See what a shaker sounds like in there. Got it. It's kind of lame. Let's put an open hi-hat in there. Oh God, that sounds horrible. Let's add an envelope to that. What if we reverse it? Let it do its thing. Thinking, done. That's so bad. Ugh. That sounds bad. Reverse it back again. Boy. These pads are actually like surprisingly responsive for being a pad from 1985. All right, so let's do two things. Let's record a loop, but then we'll also record the sound separately. Okay, then let's do our sound separately. So we'll rename this one loop. And then let's just sample our sounds individually here. Okay, so now we have kick, snare, hi-hat, open. So now we can go to like a MIDI drum kit here. Let's keep our original 808s just in case we need to resample something, because sometimes you lose memory. Let's go ahead and add a new thing here. Let's go for a drum rack. And then let's go ahead and put our kick, snare, hi-hat, and hi-hat open. Now let's see. Boy, silly me. You got to cut these up. So we got our kick here. That's quiet. Look at how quiet. You can't even see that on there. Holy smokes. Doesn't even register. You can hear it, but obviously it's quiet as fuck. So we're just going to turn this up. Same with the snare. I just realizing there's that low end sound you're hearing. It's because my mic is mounted onto a this Jasper stand here, and I'm not realizing when I'm pressing this, it's sending sound up through here and through the shock mount even and onto that. So that's something to troubleshoot down the road. Let's go to here. Let's take this guy. Oh, let's get rid of some of the end here. There's a lot of excess unnecessary noise going on. Add a fade out. And let's get this right up against that so we get an instant hit. Now let's go to our hi-hat here. Add a fade out and volume up. I probably should save our project here too. Really save often. My cross arm situation here is ridiculous. And set a fade out. Okay, so now we have our drum kit. How's that for lo-fi drums? Okay, let's save. Save early, save often. Splurges. Let's go here. SP11. What is today? SP. It is the 11. It is the what? 12th, 11th, 12th. Yesterday was Veterans Day. 12. LoFi Casio. Oops, I didn't want to make a folder. I wanted that to be the name of my folder or my project. 12. LoFi Casio. All right, we're saved. Got it. Okay, so obviously we can drum on there, but it's also fun to have our own kit to work with. Okay. So, you know what we're going to do, because we need to have something to jam along with. So we're on the SK-1 now. That's just the piano sound in there. So it's got a nice brass ensemble. One other weird thing this has, the SK-5 has a sweet surf ambiance. It could be weird and just have this as a ambiance little track here. Add some reverb to it and stuff. I'm actually gonna do this. We're doing this. We're doing it. What is that weird sound? Oh, that's playing. It's our hi-hat playing. So we got this. Sweet surf sound. I'm just going to warp off so as we change tempo, this doesn't change. And then we're going to add some atmosphere to this. Oops, I mean to stop playing it. Oh, let's turn the loop on. Oh, do you have to have warp on to have a loop on? Oh, weird. Didn't realize that was the case. Let's grab some RC20. Actually, we don't really need RC20. It's already pretty lo-fi. Let's just go ahead. And do some high cut. Let's just add some reverb here. You know what would sound great on this is if we did some Stardust, which is a Cherry Audio plugin. So we're going to come over here. Grab Stardust. This is a tape echo plugin. And we can do some fun stuff to get some echo going. Building some atmosphere here. This is clowning. You guys feel like we're at the ocean? Add some reverb on top of that. More high, let's do more high cut. Okay, now let's add some bass sounds to this. So the bass, we'll switch over to the SK-1 now. We're gonna send bass sound to the SK-1. Let's go ahead and find a bass. Use an analog lab here. Or better yet, let's use bass fingers. Which is a Waves plugin. Let's find some, let's go like Hop 1. That's annoying that there's a lot of, let me just do a huge low cut on this. That's, if we get rid of that low cut, it'll get rid of that. So we just need to feed it a bass tone, and because it's sampling an A, whatever tone we feed the SK-1 has to be an A because it's going to map to this note here. Let's just give it this nice simple And it only records the sample for 1.4 seconds, so you gotta have it be decent. Okay, let me turn all my audio off. So you can hear it there. It almost makes it sound like more of an electric guitar. Let's try to give it... Let's feed it a lower note. Still. Then you can also loop the sample. Let's choose an envelope. Let's get it a little more. This has got a lot more envelopes to choose from also. Let's get some attack onto this. So it sounds a little too crunchy. See. Boy, I am, I'm in a bit of a rut right now, not gonna lie. Let me record a drum loop in here, figure out what we're doing exactly. Okay. Let's add some just add a little atmosphere to the drums. Let's turn the hi-hat down. time very well. Damn it. Choppity chop. Okay, already taking quite a twist here. Okay, so we got the bass there because the lo-fi bass is not working very well. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot we had our ocean here. The surf here from the SK-5. Alright. Okay, let's feed SK-1 a sample here. I've got this really old guitar. It was my grandma's uncle's guitar, Uncle Sid. Uncle Sid's guitar is going to end up on this lo-fi hip-hop we're doing. Let me grab a tuner, because this thing does not hold a tune. This old as fuck. Holds a tune for about 30 seconds, then it's out of tune. Let's just go ahead and let's tune up this one here. Actually, it's tuned it. That's funny. How is it high? It somehow ended up being sharp, too sharp. I don't understand how it got sharper. That's weird. Okay. Oh, that's right. We need to feed the Casio an A. We'll just tune our A string, which also is sharp. I don't know how these things. I don't know how the strings got sharper. Typically, strings get flatter because they loosen over time, but all these strings are sharp. Weird. Okay, so we're gonna feed the SK-5 or SK-1, just that A right there. So let's go ahead, reset clear delete. My mics, we don't feed it a mic signal. I'm an idiot. It's using the mic. Dummy. Okay. Did we get it? Yes, but it's picking up audio signal right away. So we need to sample and go right away. This is ridiculous. Let's add an envelope to it, see if we can salvage this. Okay, so you can hear it's actually triggered me pressing. It's sound me pressing the button. It's actually me releasing the button. As soon as you release the button, it listens for sound, and as soon as it picks up sound, then it records that as a sample, and when sound stops, it ends, or whenever the sample hits 1.4 seconds. So you have to feed it, or you have to be really quiet when you're looping it. So because it's picking up the buttons instead of me playing, what I'm going to do is record this, have that as a loop, as a sound, and then I'll feed that sound from the DAW into this, so everything else can be completely silent. Which, if that doesn't make sense, that's okay. Doesn't need to. So we'll do this, arm this here, unarm everything else. Turn that reverb off. So we're gonna record our guitar here in A. Record that in there. Whatever. I don't want anything else playing, some garbage. Turn them. Okay, so obviously it can only handle 1.4 second clips. We don't need the whole thing, obviously, all that tail. So we'll just give it what it can take, and then we'll use an envelope to fade off the tail. So now we have that, so we can trigger that. So let's just mute everything else, and we'll trigger that into our Casio here. Okay, so let's see if that picked up on the Casio. Was my mic muted for a while? Sorry, my mic was muted for a while. Man, it's still behind. There's still a delay to it. Well, that's okay. So here's something that we can do. So instead of using the Casio, because we're just using the Casio to basically downsample, so we don't have to necessarily play the sample on the Casio. So what we can do is come here to our Casio track and just record that. So there's our sample. So we can now, boom, now we got that sample. We can take that and throw this into a sampler. Or in this case, simpler. So we got simpler. Let's go ahead and throw this into simpler. There's our track. Let's add a fade here. Oops, warp. Tones, is that what opens up? Why is the, there we go. Nope, still not open. Or is that working? I need to get better at, I don't usually work with samples very much, so I'm noobing it right now. So let me go ahead and see if oh, there it is. That's what I needed, was one shot. So now we have our our sample guitar. Let me start renaming our layers here. Bass, SK-5, loops. We'll call these SK drums. And I eventually want to start sampling a lot of this and make a sample pack of some of these. Okay, so then this is our, I guess we'll call it our guitar pluck. I like to stay organized as we're going here. Guitar pluck, okay. It just sounds like a really shitty electronic keyboard. It just sounds like a really bad Casio preset. So I was initially going to do E minor, but I'm in something else now. I am in E Phrygian is what I'm now recording in, apparently. add some texture to this, or some. Okay, now let's see. So this is our surf. Don't remember what these were. These are just transfers, I guess. Let's go ahead and find. That was our guitar. We can get rid of our guitar. We got what we needed there. Let's add in. Let's get some fun with. So this is the fun. So let's try to synthesize the sound. So what's cool about the SK-1 is it has a synthesizing feature built into it. So you can press the synthesizing button. Oops. External 3. So when you press synthesizing, this tone appears, and then let's see if I can show this. On here, you see this text here. These are your different. These are like your. I think it's your like. I guess what you call it, different feet steps or whatever. So you got 16 feet, 8, 5 1/3, 4, and goes up. So you can select up to 14 of these tones. So you can basically make your own sound. So if you were looking for more bass, you could add a bunch of like low end. And then once you have that, you've got your own synthesized tone. And you press it again, it resets. So like here, maybe we want a mid. So let's add 2 low. Let's add some 4 feet. So now we got this synthesized tone. We can add some vibrato, portamento, which is a fixed time, so it's not all that useful. We can add an envelope to it, so let's go ahead and put an envelope on it. Let's just add a sort of, I think this is their reverb envelope. That one's too short. Let's see, we are in E. What were we in? We were in Phrygian. That's my cheat sheet, by the way. You can download it. There's a link below. Okay, let's just play our beat. Here we go. So let's find our spot here. So we got to find the start point. Something is peaking here. What do we got peaking? Let's add some micro shift. Let's give it some spread. Oops, I accidentally added 2. Which actually sounds dope as fuck. I actually have never stacked micro shifts on top of each other. That was an accident. But it actually sounds pretty dope. Let's turn the delay down though. Especially so we can detune. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about this. Wow, happy accident. I love this surf atmosphere, not gonna lie. Okay, and that high melody, that synthesized melody will only last for so long before it's annoying. Synthesize. Okay, so let's drag this over into arrangement view. I like to not get too far into the weeds before I get an arrangement going. So we got our surf. Let's move our active elements towards each other. So the surf is our ambiance. So we'll have that just at the top since that's our ambiance. Okay, so since this is bass, then I like to kind of organize it by where it sits in the EQ spectrum or on the in the spectrum. So I like to have my basses. I like to go from low to high. Just makes it easier to visually see and arrange what you're working with. Okay, so here we have everything. Now, obviously, we don't want all this nonsense at the beginning. So let's see what we want to start with. I mean, we could just start it with some sweet surf sounds. There's also like some dog. We got some like dog. Oh, it turned off. I wish there was like a seagulls though, because I need some seagull ambiance. And then on the SK-1 we have this human voice sound. I could start the song off with a hello. Hello. Oh my goodness. I'm actually these things are a lot of fun. I'm just saying you should probably go on eBay and buy one. Is the at the end of the day is what we're getting at here. So let's go ahead and let's do this. Let's set this one here on 3. This one will set on 2. Which one's 3? Okay, so we're gonna record some loops here. Okay, let's do it. Let's see, so we got. I actually like having a, regardless if there's a dog woof and they're not letting me use those two things for now. That's fucking stupid. I actually like having the drop there. So let's figure out our intro here. So we got this little surf sound. Oh, I recorded onto that as well. I didn't mean to record onto there as well. I guess I could just put them on there. There's no reason that I can't just layer them there. Okay, so sweet intro. Okay, let's move these here. This is going to look funny for a second, but it's going to make sense in more seconds after that. Okay, I think the bass timing might have been a little bit off, so we're going to compensate by offsetting our drums, which this is a weird flex. I know, this is weird, but I'm just doing this for the arrangement here. There we go. Now, of course, that fucks all these up. So now I need to move these that way one. This is now, which one is this one? This is... Oh, that was just those. I am not worried about those right now. Delete those, actually. I realize this makes this loop kind of funny, but actually, we maybe want to chop this part so that way there's a... Oops, something's not quantized there. Missed the intro. Okay, so maybe that's what it is there. So let's make this length, because this is now got a different starting point. We can actually just take these. Actually, it's the same as, yeah, we'll take these. I know this is getting kind of messy. Sorry if I'm making this horrible and awkward for everybody. Imagine how I feel. 1, 2, 3, 4. So why now when I expand this is it, I don't want it to loop. 4 bars. Why is it not? It says 4 there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why is it? Oh, because my starting point is off. There we go. Okay, my goodness. What a disastro. Okay, here we go. Goodness gracious. This is messy. Of course, that is now, this sample is now messed up because I moved everything. So let me move this forward 1. Oh my goodness, this... we're just gonna re-record this. I saw my tone. Let's go ahead and re-record this part because I messed up. Good enough for now. Oh, now let's see here. Let's see. We want to go back to this. Maybe we'll keep the Plucks. Definitely dropping that synthesizer. That gets really annoying after a minute. Okay, what kind of stuff do we have here? Let's see. You know what is also in these I haven't even considered yet is that we already have loops in here. Oh, and I forgot to even mention this entirely. We have built-in bongos and this sweet line roar and the laser gun. So it could get really fucking cheesy hip-hop vibes going on. Really cheesy. I'm talking like Bob's Burgers. What's his butt? Gene Cheesy. Jeezy. We're getting Jeezy. Jeansy. Okay. Just out of curiosity. I wonder what... Okay, let's add some effects onto this. Which one are we? We're 2 here. What if we... I have it armed twice. Oh, that's muted though. What if we add some atmosphere onto these bongos? Let's throw them through some stardust, which will make them a little longer. Panda, what's good, my friend? We're doing some Casio action. We've done quite a bit of sampling to get here, so we've been running samples. So these both, I'm on the dog mode on that one. These both have inputs on them, so we can actually send audio to these and sample like 1.4 second long sample loops. And what's fun about it is it converts it to 8-bit. So it takes like the incoming signal, which I think when you input into here, it actually inputs it as an analog signal, I think. But then it uses pulse code modulation to turn it down to 8-bit. And so you basically get these like lo-fi sounds. Like these were 808 drums, like these sounds here. So this came from this and turned into... So, of course, I got a bunch of reverb stacked on it right now. But the drums you're hearing are actually... So that I took an 808, sampled it into here, and then sent it back into the DAW, recorded those as just individual samples, put them into a drum kit. So now I have a drum kit of the SK-1. So this is now my drum kit of the 808s that were downsampled through this. So instead of using like a VST for it, or any kind of plug-in, we're actually using hardware to downsample from the 80s. So it's kind of a fun just way to get around it. But we get these cool results. And not to mention it's just got ridiculous sounds in here. So now I'm just trying to see if I can get these bongos in here. So let's set our loop point here. Let's just see if we can record a bongo rhythm. We have so much arm for recording. Let us not arm that or we're going to overdub everything on accident. Okay, let's get some bongos going. Yeah, basically, so I actually will be running a bunch of stuff through this and processing it and having a sample pack eventually of drum hits and instrument sounds, just like one hits, because there's only 1.4 second sample time, so it's not very long. So I will have a sample pack of just like downsampled fun things in here, and I think I'll actually have like a contest for them too, where you can download it for free and like submit a beat, and then the winner will actually get a Casio SK-1, because I have a second one here. But this one's missing 2 black keys. So I'm actually going to try to fix this. So it's kind of up in the air because I want to keep one, obviously, so I have it on hand. But I'm going to try to fix these keys here. And if I can, then I'll give away the not busted one and keep the one with my fixed keys. But I don't know that I want to give somebody one that has these jacked up keys. But, shoot. Oh, it goes there, actually. That goes there. But yeah, anyway, so we're just clowning around. Full clowning. Yeah, it should be easy. And you can't like get just like black replacement keys, because all these black keys, actually there's a piece of plastic that runs through here that all these black keys are attached to, so you can't just like find a replacement black key and put it in unless you have the whole entire tree. But I'm just gonna like take like little pieces of wood, like basically like popsicle sticks, glue them until they're the width of this, kind of sand them down to this size, and then just Gorilla Glue them onto the tree. And then have like I'm just gonna take a pen from like a ballpoint spring and put it underneath so it goes back. So I think it is an easy repair. I just have to do it. But I was able to get that one at a good deal because it was broken, and then I got this one for like the same price, and it's not broken. So it's just so. But and this one's different. This one you can sample for, but this one you can do more like sampling and sound design with. Where this one's a little more straightforward. But this is just fun because you can do 4 and get pads. Anyway, let's try to get some bongos going here. Let's try that loop there. Of course, we can do this as many times as we want. I almost want to have a lion. Let me do one more take. I gotta get this lion sound in there. Maybe I'll record one take with the lion. We'll do 8 bars here, and the first 4 bars will end with a laser gun, and then the second 4 bars will end with a lion. This is fun. Oh man, I could... Okay, we're gonna separate that line because I could do some like... We could really slam that line with some effects. And yeah. So we'll go lion, then rename this one bongo lasers. So let's hit this, let's slam this lion with some, let's hit it with some deep verbiage. All right. Oh, jamming too hard. Webcams are falling down. Let's go. How the heck? Wow, how was this even hanging there in the first place? What the heck? I don't know. This is awkward. Boy, I don't even know how this was staying there in the first place. I don't know how I had this attached. I'm surprised it didn't fall off sooner. Oh man, what a disaster. I don't know. Shoot. How the heck did I do this before? Let's go higher. To the moon. Oh man. What about a jacked up gear? What the heck? This isn't even attaching anymore. Man. Why am I so janky? Unbelievable. Who screwed onto this thing? Meantime, we'll just jam to some bongos and lasers. I'm curious when somebody listens to this and they don't know how I made this, they're gonna be like, why did they choose these stupid laser guns and lion sounds? It's ridiculous. Okay, this isn't gonna be the exact same angle, but we do what we do. Okay. That's not a good thing. Unacceptable. Let's angle it up here. All right. It's not what we were at before, but I think it'll work for our purposes. We're near the end of this anyway, so. Okay, where was I? Okay, so. These synthesizers, you know what, I'm actually gonna do a formant shift on these. Since we just released a video, what, last night before last, about formant shifting. Let's go ahead and formant shift. Let's go to Little Altar Boy, because I'm actually going to use that distortion knob. Oh, why did I come in a second time? Wait, was I not? Has my mic been muted this whole time? What's going on? Altar 2. Was my mic muted that whole time? And why is it active now? I didn't do anything to activate it. I am so confused. I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry if my mic was muted that whole time. I'm realizing I'm hearing myself now, and I wasn't hearing myself before, I don't think. I'm a mess. I'm such a mess today. It's because I got this. This is the first stream in a while since this new setup. What was I even doing? I don't even remember what I was doing. Now I'm totally rattled. Synthesizer. I was adding this little altar boy to it. Was I muted for a while? I sound different in my ears all of a sudden. It's like boom, all of a sudden I was there. Oh, did I hit? Maybe I hit some. I don't know what's going on. Panda. I don't know. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, that's fine. I don't know what's. I wish I could say I was smoking crack to explain this, but I can't. Hitting it with some big form and shifting. There we go. Ooh. Not good. Oh god, that sounds bad. Maybe I just need to re-record it, but my SK-1 turned off, so I actually lost that synthesis sound. I don't know why I sounded different to me all of a sudden. I don't know what's going on. It's fine. I'm past it. We're fine now. Everything's groovy. Okay, so I'm just gonna mute this synthesis sound for now, I think, because it's annoying me. We are in the surf. Oh, also this surf sound that you're hearing, it comes from this guy. There's the surf sound I used as ambiance for the track. So let's see if we can get these hellos to work that we were messing with before. Okay. Wrong key. There we go. Let's try that. I am using a lot more of these ridiculous sounds in these Casios than I was anticipating. Okay, we're going to drag this over to this empty utility slot here. I'll do this on here. So we'll say humans. And I think what we'll do with this is sends only. We're gonna warp this there. Oops. Let's add one here as well. Add a warp point there. We'll warp this just to get it a little more quantized. We'll also pull this one a scoosh this way. Just a scoosh. I love that lion, actually. Oops. Let's see here. Let's go to this dog. So stupid. I'm gonna record that. Just because, why not? Oops, didn't mean to record on that track as well. Of course, that goes over our laser gun effect, so we have to have this in a different spot. So maybe, unlike the next bar, let's go ahead and duplicate these. And then here, we'll turn off our laser gun. Goodbye, laser gun. We'll add in our dog, who we will call Professor Wolfenstein. Wonder what it sounds like if we put on the lion track, if it's too much. Oops, that's not how that sat before. Where did it sit before? It sat on the end of the... Maybe it was... How come that didn't work? Here. Scroll, please. How come it didn't fit here? Oops. Put it on the right track, dummy. Here we go. I wonder if then at this rate I should just take the laser gun and also put it down on this track. Then the bongos are by themselves. Yeah, that's better. So we'll just keep this. Bongos. $sign bongos. Oops. We'll call these FX. Okay, so we've used the dog, the surf, the human voice, the bongos, the lions, and the lasers. We've used every ridiculous sound that there is in these things. And we haven't even used, like, the legit instruments. Although I would argue that dog is a legit instrument. Okay, so, at that rate then. Oh, and there's synth drums on the SK-1. But they're okay. Okay, this is so fun. That's it. Urgh, that lion is fucking ferocious. Oops, let's do the second half of this. And it looks like we actually came in a scoosh early-ish. We're gonna go ahead and just push this one forward. A scoosh. Oops, let's make sure we're good here though. Let's put another anchor here just so we don't push too much of it. We're just gonna warp this that way a little bit, and then we're gonna separate these samples. Command E. Okay, now we have... Oops, that's not where that goes. Boy, this is turning into a lot of layers. Okay, so SK-1 brass. Let's go ahead and drag this here. We're basically just using these SK-1 and these yellow lanes up here just to record the samples, just because the lanes are already set up. And then these down here is where we're adding in all of our effects and such. Okay, so we got our SK-1 brass samples. Let's go ahead and remove that out of there. Let me actually just shrink everything. Everything's a little big because we're getting crazy train. This is becoming a very advanced track. Okay, so we got this brass here. So, oops, that's not the right utility rack. I have an updated utility rack. I have this utility rack in Ableton I run, and it shows up on every audio track. And it's just like a quick gain, saturation, low cut, and high cut. So I can just really quickly, if I'm messing with samples or I'm just feeding something into an audio input, can really quickly adjust my levels and get some quick things changed. And then of course I'm using the Akai APC 40, and so there's 8 knobs on there that automatically map to the first 4 knobs of the instrument or audio effect rack that there's there. So just give it some saturation, some gain compensation. Give it some low cut. Some chorus. Oh yeah. And then let's add another one on for vibrato. Somebody rapping on this track ASAP. We dealers, we dollar, we dealers. I bring you the lion, I got you the squares. Even though we in the funk, even though we like to put them in the trunk. Let's go, baby. Try to get me going. I know it's through, baby. Tell me, what do you do? What do you do? Yeah, I saw a recent video of yours where you were doing a bunch of light stuff. There's that's a whole world I don't know anything about. Light shows on launch pads is beyond me. I don't even know where to begin. I don't know if that's something I'll ever get into though. I have mad appreciation for those that do it because it's super dope, but I don't know that I'll ever do it. I have so many other things I want to learn how to do. That's not high on the priority list. You should make tutorial vids about it. That I could be like, oh, that's how you do it. Okay, so we have a lot going on here. So let's go ahead. Let's assign track color to clips. Let's change this to a different color. Assign track color to... Okay, so... we have many layers going on here, and I haven't done much arranging. And there's more layers to even do, man. Jazz organ. Little piano. Oops, why is it not? So many things. Project files has clues. That sounds very riddleistic. A project file has clues. It sounds like that sounds like a riddle. Or like a clue to a riddle or something. Let's see what our arrangement holds right now. So I think I want the lion to roar us into the next section. And then I like the pads hitting. This is humans. I don't think we're at humans yet. Unless humans are straight up in the whole thing. This is ridiculous. And then I guess we come back into this section. Oops, got my loop on. Shoot skis. What is that cryptic message you sent, Panda? What is a project file has clues? So cryptic and mystic. Materialistic. I wasn't sure where this was gonna, how this was gonna turn out, but I like where it's going. Okay, the humans are on there, but I don't hear them. Hey, what's this gap we got here? What is this? Hey, what's going on? We got some errors in here going on. See this little smidget we have here? Oh, it's all pressed. What the hex? Let's fix that. Oh my goodness. Why is this all jacked up? Oh, because that sample, that's right. That sample, I accidentally stopped recording a little too soon, so we lost some of the tail end of that. So let me fix this. Or else I'll go to mix this next time and it'll be all jacked up. And I'm like, what happened? It's probably because I was trying to decode cryptic messages from Panda Cat. It's a Panda Cat light show. I still pull that project up every now and then because I named it Panda Cat Light Show. So I see it as I'm browsing my ideas. I'm like, oh yeah, it's a Panda Cat light show where the monsters don't go. Something like that. Okay, that's a little less jacked up, but these need to be fixed. I think that was a result of copying that broken section. Oops, too far. And same with these. Just keep it all tight so as I duplicate, I don't accidentally push everything off a little bit. That one's also runs a little short. Oh, dang it. This is all short too. What the hex? Who was in charge here? I need to speak to a manager. ASAP-sually. Okay, I think this is probably good enough for now. I'm about to just save this and export it and call that a stream. We made something today. That's exciting. All right. Let's just listen to our quick arrangement. Could actually probably drop into the rest of the beat there, I'm realizing. So let's actually, because we don't need like a 12 bar intro. So let's take all of this business, including our sweet lion roar. We'll push that there. Okay. I recorded my surf at 12 bars for some reason. I don't know why. I didn't have a metronome set when I recorded that, that's why. That's not on, that's off. Soft too. Clown mode. Why don't these... What is going on with... Oh, I didn't move this with the rest of it. That's supposed to kick in there. There we go. God, goodness gracious. What a busted up file this is. Well, that's fun. That's fun. Alrighty, well, hope you learned something about the Casio SK-1 and SK-5s here. Fun little doodaddies to do fun little doodaddy things with. Whatever the fuck that means. Anyway, that was fun. I really came in with zero plans other than to use these things, and we just let it come to us. We just let the music come to us. Anyway, if you're still there, Panda, thanks for hanging out. Glad somebody showed up. First stream in a while. It's always once you get like a rhythm going, you start to get more people in there. But as soon as you stop for like a little tiny bit, you just lose everybody, which is a huge bummer. And I'm still, yeah, whatever. We'll just keep doing them every now and then. I don't have another one scheduled, but I'm trying to do one next week. But I have a lot of video content also coming out. I have about 1 million ideas for videos, and kind of starting to free up the schedule to be able to do more music stuff. So a lot of fun stuff inbound. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, have a wonderful day. Whatever you're doing, enjoy your weekend. It's Friday, y'all. I forgot it's Friday. Doesn't really matter. Every day's Friday. TGIF every day. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. Love y'all. Have a good day. See if my end stream button works. Oh, it does, but then I also have to go in here and press end stream. What's the point of that button then?